Updated Covered California 2024 income tables. Hello, I am Kevin Canals with InsureMeKevin.com, and Covered California has released an updated version of their 2024 income tables. This reflects the higher federal poverty level that is in place and must be implemented into the Covered California system. And the federal poverty level for 2024 went up by about 3.3%. Now, if you enrolled in Covered California during the open enrollment period under the first 2024 income table, it is all good, and it will hold throughout 2024. However, if you do make a change to your application and it needs to be resubmitted, then it will be compared to the latest updated federal poverty levels implemented in the system. So you may be flipped into Medi-Cal or your children put into Medi-Cal. Now, Covered California is looking at your annual income for the purposes of the subsidies, the health insurance premium tax credit subsidies. But they also screen for Medi-Cal eligibility, and that is done on your monthly income. And for 2024, the higher federal poverty levels, you can see that there's a couple different columns: 138% for adults, 266 for children, and 322% of the federal poverty level for the C-CHIP program in certain counties. And then it's based on the household size. And I always get a lot of questions of, well, okay, this is the annual income, but what do I need for the monthly? Because the monthly is very important, and when you are working in your Covered California account, you want to make sure that your monthly income is above that Medi-Cal level if that is in fact the case. So what I have done is created an income table that shows the updated annual amounts for Covered California next to the Medi-Cal monthly income amounts. Now, what has changed on the Covered California income table are the columns, the dollar amounts underneath the orange headings of 138, 213, 266, and 322. If you look at the first income table at the very bottom, it should have a date of 10/2023. The new table will have a date of 2/2024. So I've gone through and updated, or I've kind of created this income table that shows the monthly amounts. So let's look at the first column of 138%. And it goes by household size. So now, if someone enrolled in Covered California March going forward, they would need to have a monthly income greater than $1,732 to be eligible for the subsidies. And that is an annual income of $20,783. But really, when you look at your application, it's that monthly income that needs to be over $732 for a single adult. If it's a two-person household where there's two adults, or maybe an adult and a child, for the adult to be eligible for the subsidies, they need to have a monthly income greater than $2,352. If we look at household size of 4, the annual income needs to be greater than $43,056. That translates into a monthly income of $3,588. Now, we don't care the mix of the household. It can be 3 adults and 1 child. It can be 1 adult and 3 children. If that number, monthly income, is below $3,588, the adult will go Medi-Cal, and obviously the children. The next column, 213% of the federal poverty level, is for pregnant women to gain Medi-Cal. So in a household of 4, if one of those individuals was pregnant, if the income was below $5,538, that pregnant individual could gain Medi-Cal, even though the other adults would be eligible for a subsidy through Covered California. And obviously the children are still eligible for Medi-Cal, because the income levels for children to gain a subsidy or to be eligible for Medi-Cal is much higher. It's 266% of the federal poverty level. So if we look at that household of 4, the monthly income needs to be greater than $6,916 for any child 18 years old and younger to be eligible for the subsidies through Covered California. That's $82,992 annually. But really, again, the focus is on the monthly income. And again, it can be 3 adults and 1 child, or 1 adult and 3 children. If the monthly income amount is below $6,916, all children 18 years old and younger will be determined eligible for Medi-Cal, and the information will be sent by Covered California over to the respective county. The other final column is 322% of the federal poverty level, and that applies to Medi-Cal eligibility for children in the counties of Santa Clara, San Mateo, and San Francisco. If the household income on a monthly basis is below $8,372, then those children could opt into the Medi-Cal system in those counties. So again, what has changed with this updated iteration of the Covered California income table are the columns that have orange at the top, and those annual amounts have increased to reflect the higher federal poverty level numbers. But really, for Medi-Cal eligibility, they're looking at the monthly income. So just because your income is greater than $40,000 or $54,371 for a household of 2, if your monthly income is below what it should be, then those children will go Medi-Cal through the Covered California system. So if you have any questions or comments, you may leave those down below and I will do my best to answer them. Otherwise, for InsureMeKevin.com, I am Kevin Knaus.